Chat, this game. Huh? Just pulled a 1,365 cards. Let's go, baby. Oh, $1,365 cards. That's what's up. Okay. Slay the Princess contains flickering image effects as well as a parallax effect that on rare occasions has caused motion sickness in players. If either of these cause health issues for you, you can disable them in the game's preferences. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings, there are no wrong decisions, there are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story. Okay. Chat, welcome to Slaying the Princess. I finally got it. I hope you like the art style.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh. I'm gonna go with it. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
Okay. Do you have any evidence to back this up?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
If you don't tell me why she's dangerous, I'm not going to kill her.
She's not dangerous. She's just a princess. The danger comes if she gets out. Which she will, unless you do something about it.
He's getting very short-tempered with me. Okay. Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end in the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
Okay.
Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up.
I don't know.
And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that.
Okay.
It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Okay.
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens.
Maybe I'll slay her. I'm gonna talk to her.
If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
Uh-huh.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess.
I love how this is animated and drawn. It's so pretty. Chat, this is so pretty.
This, right? She's a princess.
Oh,
You're supposed to save
hello.
princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
We got a bird hand.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty. And
God,
the
this is
floor and
pretty.
walls are painted in a
Woo!
fine layer of dust. The
Woo!
only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I'll take the
You
weapon.
take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult.
Oh look,
to
I got
save
it in my
Princess
bird
and
hand.
save the world without it.
Alright, we're gonna enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous.
Well,
Almost as
damn.
if she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
I want to see the big Tibby princess.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really?
She is really pretty.
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
I haven't decided yet.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare.
What if I want
It's
to?
fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood.
Yeah, I don't want to kill her right away. No stabby stab.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you.
Against your better judgment, you
She
step
looks
forward
so
to speak with the princess
pretty.
face to face, unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor.
Ferdinand.
You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Pretty. Okay. Yeah, it's a pretty awkward.
Don't just tell her that.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world.
You seem very sassy.
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
No. No, they have not. I'm sorry.
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best.
How sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We could figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug.
Yoink!
They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away.
Okay.
Well, you do have that big, sharp knife. You could always cut me out of here.
Why?
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free.
He's got a point.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door... Is someone else here? You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
Uh-huh.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
I'ma save the princess!
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain.
She does not care. Oh, look, we got Bird Hand. How long has she been down there for? I don't know. Anytime that we ask this, because I have seen, like, partial clips of this, I've been spoiled a little bit. It's always, like, either I've been down here a long time, or I don't know exactly how long.
You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work.
Jesus.
Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet.
What the fuck?
She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape.
Narrator, what are you about to do?
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that.
You can't.
Watch me. Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of her life.
No! Save the princess. Resist!
The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered
Woo.
neck.
Thank you, Natalie Keeler, for subscribing.
This is the end, isn't it?
Yep.
I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
I hope it was worth it. It was. You little bitch. Trying to take control of me? Nobody controls me. I'm the Gore Magala, motherfucker.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay her. If you don't, I can assure you that you're not dead. And to answer your second question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago.
Okay, you're even shorter tempered.
Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of it.
We got a new voice. Woo, subs, yeah.
Trying.
We got a new voice chat.
I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. Those are two very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving.
Ooh, okay.
Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me.
Okay.
You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. The absolute irony. Well, that's one way to put it, I guess.
Yeah.
You really don't remember what happened last time, do you? You practically forced the princess to kill us. That doesn't sound like the sort of thing I'd do. Which is honestly all the more reason for you to not buy into whatever self-delusions the three of you are crafting.
We don't even know who you are.
But this is a thought experiment, so I suppose I'll continue to give you the benefit of the doubt. If I did practically force the princess to kill you, it was probably for
Don't
a
you
good
mock
reason.
me, you
Did you
bitch.
try and free her? Did you say something really mean to her?
Defiance!
Because if I really did what you said I did, you probably deserved it. I'm a professional, after all.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Sure you are. Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it
Stop
seems to
mocking
you're
me,
making
you
the rather
bitch.
dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Yep.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
Probably
If
the latter.
latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? What a conveniently ambiguous group of things for her to ruin. For all we know, the princess left the cabin and never saw another soul.
Fair enough. Good point.
Oh, how I wish that were the case, but if the princess weren't a certain, inevitable threat to the world, the four of us wouldn't be here. And yet, here we are. You're talking in circles. No, I'm talking in facts.
You are talking in circles.
A warning. Before you go, she will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to.
Wink.
Did you just say wink out loud? No, I didn't. Wink.
Wink.
Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Woo.
The interior
Oh.
of the cabin is less a cozy
There's a
woodland
mirror.
retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison.
Should we save her again,
The
chat?
only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
And it's a mirror.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach forward and rub your
Bird!
hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
I am Bird.
But there was a mirror a second ago. And now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back.
Take the blade.
Take the blade from the table. It
We'll
would be
save
difficult
her.
to
We did
slay
it
the
once.
princess and
Okay.
Save the world without a weapon. Good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone. Very different. Yes, but why? Did he change it? Or did it change all on its own? Maybe it's a different cabin entirely. Now isn't that a novel thought? Maybe you haven't actually been here before. I hope this means you'll finally drop your ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
We did though. We did die.
So focus up. Don't get distracted by minor details. The door to the basement creaks
Ooh,
open,
that's
revealing an
pretty.
old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering
I would love
patches
to
of
live in a
slimy
place like
moss on
this.
the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Stone staircases,
Her voice, harsh
bolted
but
doors and
controlled,
walls.
carries up the stairs.
Not like a prison, but a castle, you know?
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us? You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar
You
around
got
her
bigger
neck clanking
chains.
loudly as she moves.
And you're
The
smaller.
chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic
No, I
cords
want to live in
as
a
she adjusts her hands in her lap.
Chat, I want to live in a stone castle.
So much for cutting her out of here. Do you hear yourself right now? Cutting her out of here never should have been on the table. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
Yeah.
That was there last time too, wasn't it? It was.
Yeah.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
I'm gonna sit with you.
You step
Hi.
towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
Okay. That's fine.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease. You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
We want to make you comfy.
Now, what are your intentions for me? Oh, are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
I guess what you said back in the woods really was true. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things.
It's the truth, though.
It's complicated things how, exactly?
It's the truth, though.
Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency.
Okay.
Contingency for what? For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck. Now hold on, if you knew this could happen, why didn't you believe us back in the woods? Why lay out all those hypotheticals? We didn't have to talk in circles.
Yeah, he's got a point. Why did you fucking send us on a wild goose chase of information? We love chaos. This is true.
I needed you to believe this was your first time here, even if that wasn't the truth. I hoped if I pushed back hard enough, I could cram this seeping mess back into the bottle.
Uh-huh.
And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative. That's pathetic. I never said I wasn't. I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself.
Yeah.
At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that.
We have past life memories. Let's use them to our advantage.
Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky. So don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright? Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark?
This is true.
The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that. I won't. Fine. But you won't get another word from me on the matter. Yeah, sure. We'll see about that.
Uh-huh.
Just give it a rest. This isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
I'm sorry.
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here? There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, and I don't see any keys in your hands either. So I'm afraid my only way out is another surgical removal.
Yeah.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck? Or does she think she'd survive a beheading?
Would she? Do you think she would?
You're right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her. Unless she really could survive.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
This is true.
Let me borrow that knife. Don't worry, you'll get it back.
That's ominous.
Is she gonna cut off her own head?
But she seems confident. Whatever it is she has planned, I think she knows what she's doing. Oh please, she's just putting on an act to disarm you. That much should be
Chat.
obvious. In case you need to hear a voice of reason, it would obviously be unwise to give away your only weapon.
Chat. Do you think she's gonna cut off her own head? You know how painlessly she let us cut through her arm. Do you think she's gonna let us cut off her own head?
Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone.
We like those odds, oh
I
my
guarantee
god.
that what's good for her is good for us.
Oh my god.
So, what should we do? I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons. Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you.
I reject your reality and substitute my own.
That doesn't sound great. What about the pros? There are none. The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. Whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
Plausible. Plausible. Give her the knife.
Slide it over.
No, absolutely not. I am not letting you hand your only weapon over to the world-ending princess. Until you come up with any other idea, like, say, I don't know, doing your job and slaying her, you remain rigidly in place. You tried this last time. Do you want to know how it went for you? Oh, I remember. She killed us, which, by your estimation, ended the world, right?
Right.
Oh, we've already tried to take over, buddy. Exactly. If I were you, I wouldn't be too keen on repeating your mistake. Hell, we could even force your hand and do it ourselves. I'm not afraid of dying again. Are you?
Fair enough.
A little. I think you got your point across. Fine. You slide the blade across the floor.
Good. Good.
The princess maintains unsettling eye contact as she reaches down to pick it up.
She's worried about it. I understand.
Thanks.
She pulls up her hair, smiling
Oh!
as she raises the blade.
She's cutting off her head, chat!
What is she doing? She doesn't say another word as she cuts into her own neck. No.
Oh my god.
Her eyes stare blinking as she saws through skin, veins, cartilage.
Oh, I can hear it.
Last she reaches bone, the blade
Ugh.
grinding audibly against her vertebra.
It's
as
so
it continues to
gruesomely
slice
good.
its way through her neck.
So deliciously gruesome.
I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that? Huh. So that's her play. Killing herself? She isn't dead yet. Finally, you hear a snap. Her eye twitches.
Oh.
There's an uneasy silence. She remains motionless for a long moment, her twitching eye the only movement in the room, until at last it stops in an unsettling half-wink. Her head twists slowly to the side, flopping to her shoulder.
Jesus.
Opens.
Fuck.
The remaining tissue is not enough to hold the weight of her severed head. It stretches and tears until finally it falls to the floor, completely free. It bounces a few times before rolling to a stop at your feet. Oh no, oh no, what did we do? Can we put it back? Please tell me we can put it back.
Nope, we can't put it back. We just gotta take
The
it.
princess's eyes stare up at you. Dead. Congratulations! You saved the world. I hate this. Can we just get out of here now, please? Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward. We should take her with us, don't you think? What? No, you shouldn't do that. Why would you do that?
Because she's already dead.
I can think of lots of reasons. A trophy, proof of our victory. Hell, we could even give her a proper burial. She did save the world, right? You don't need proof, you don't need a trophy, and she doesn't deserve a burial. Just leave.
That's dark.
Even after all that, you're still not satisfied, are you? Something is still motivating you to keep things the way you want them.
Boop.
I'm just eager to put this all behind us.
Free head. No, my bad.
Stop reading into things. The danger has passed. You can relax. I'm just keeping myself sharp. I'm not so eager to put my guard down.
Tell him, skeptic.
I am. I'm on team, let's put this all behind us. So can we leave already?
Take the princess with you.
Ugh, fine. You pick up the princess's severed head, its neck stump still oozing bodily fluids. Then make your way back upstairs to the first floor of the cabin.
We taking bodies, yeah, and heads.
Did you see that? I could have sworn she moved. She didn't. She's dead. But what if she's not? Are you listening to yourself? Do I need to explain to you why decapitation is lethal?
No.
Your bountiful reward is right in front of you. All you have to do is open it. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is... Wait, no, that's not right.
Well played.
Oh, you're still alive!
This is the end of the world, isn't it? I always thought I'd at least have time to explain myself before I had to watch it happen. It's already... over? Is he gone?
Yep.
But we're still here. Maybe it wasn't the end of the world after all. Maybe it was just the end of his.
Yeah.
Thanks for carrying me up here. I had to take it on faith that you would know what to do. I'm glad I was right to trust you.
Respect.
So, this is the outside. Maybe it's just my lack of body, but it's colder than I expected.
We're getting enveloped. Oh! Oh! The hand demon took her away. Bye, princess. Bye-bye. But you don't get the chance to respond. Something has taken her away, and it's left something else in her place.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now? There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should.
Let's look into the mirror, boys!
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear. It is. Does that mean the world ended?
Narrator's gone, boys.
It must have. Do any of us know what the world ending is supposed to look like?
Wait, I don't think it's supposed to look like a mass of feathers.
I'm begging you, don't do this. It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final.
You shouldn't be scared of the mirror. We do not fear! Time to gaze into a reflection. Let's see what kind of pretty bird we are. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. Why are we a bird? We have so many wings. There's one pair, and there's two pair, and I think there's a third pair in the back. We got fluffy ears. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. You are at the cabin.
Something finds me in the long quiet.
Whoa.
And brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
You have so many hands.
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you? I think that you are like me.
Yeah, we don't know what we are. We just know we're a bird. We're a bird monster. She can live without a body. Seems pretty normal for a different world. Yeah.
We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Some existentialism there. Yeah, do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
This soundtrack is gorgeous. Holy shit. Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking? I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free. Nothing, as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them.
Magical hand goddess. Isn't there a One Piece character with a hand fruit? Yeah, I think so. Magical hand goddess. What do we do now?
There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Okay. How many more pieces of you do I need?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
God. Okay. Okay. I don't want to ask these questions because that's just gonna waste more time. I'm gonna have him forget. Birdman gonna forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Damn! Everything goes dark, and you die. Well, chat, we have a new objective.
In the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay. Okay, thanks for telling me what to do.
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Well, shit.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
No, he knows what he's talking about. We don't slay the princesses.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The
Here we
air
go
is
again,
stale
chat.
and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I'm gonna take the
You
knife.
take the blade from the table.
Is there an
It'd be
option to
rather
speak
difficult
about
to
that
slay the
goddess?
princess and save the world without it.
No. As far as I know, no, because it's like, from what I'm gathering, it's a separate reality. However, I think the more you progress through the story in the different realities and different vessels, eventually you might be able to. But then again, I haven't been spoiled on the full thing. I've just been spoiled on a couple clips here and there at the beginning. Yeah, it might be a good idea to save right now. Return.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
Okay, so we're starting back at the beginning
She
again.
sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
She might not.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down
I
here.
clicked just checking
I
in
was
on you
starting
to
to
see
think
if that
they'd
gives me
forgotten
different
about me.
options.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the
This
princess.
is the same princess as
There's a
before.
heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
We don't remember, so we can't really do anything here. Okay. Alright. Okay. Yeah, you caught me. I'm here to slay ya.
That isn't a good idea. Just drop the knife, and maybe the two of us can talk things out.
She's right, we shouldn't. We should just drop the blade.
We're
Don't
gonna
keep dead.
we're gonna kill her this time and see what that changes. Okay?
It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we... You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tight.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
Fair enough.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate...
Uh-huh.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Okay, that's fine.
You stare at the princess, squinting. She squints back.
360 tomahawk here.
The two of you are gonna do this forever, aren't you? Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through.
Oh, shit.
A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to suck. It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer.
God
You can feel
damn.
bone grinding on bone
She
while
clocked
your jaw's
us.
been fractured. Holy shit, that hurts! Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing. Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit.
God damn.
We can still turn this around. Are you serious?
Okay.
As internal bleeding sets in,
Drop
the
it.
blade
See what
falls from
happens.
your trembling hands, clattering to the ground uselessly. You lacked the will to finish the job, your bruised and broken body falling to its knees before her. The princess, exhausted, chest heaving with heavy breaths, tosses the blade away from you. This is the end, isn't it?
Yep.
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you. Completely broken.
Ma'am.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a
Ma'am.
little disappointed.
Ma'am. Don't talk to me like you trying to be dominant in this situation. Okay, I didn't ask to save. Please stop doing that.
She plants her foot on your chest and
She stepped on me!
the air leaving your lung, and then she brings her knee to your throat. She leans into it with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess, shattering your windpipe.
Yeah, pretty
leaving
much.
You starved for breath.
She stepped on me, chat. She stepped on me.
It's too bad. I was looking forward to some company.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Alright. Cool. Cool. Let's see what happens now.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay. She's gonna kill me again!
Again? People don't die twice. You haven't even met the princess, and I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and courageous as yourself.
Narrator, get off my meat. Stop glazing meat. I literally, I wanted to see what happens and I dropped the weapon. Okay? She stepped on me. I was dead.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. What does it matter what he knows? There's nothing we can do to stop her. She's just going to kill us again.
Damn, that's a depressing voice.
She is not going to kill you unless you let her. But slaying the princess and saving the world is going to be much more difficult than it has to be if you spend the whole time second-guessing yourself.
Do I want to leave? What will happen if I leave?
You're right. We should just leave. There's nothing we can do to stop her, so we might as well enjoy what little time we have left. Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
I'm actually pretty okay with the world ending. You know what? I'm just gonna go, nope!
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
What's gonna happen?
That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin.
I don't want to be here!
Convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all. You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation.
Okay.
If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Okay, and?
But fine, you turn around and trek back down path you came.
Wait, something isn't right. Can you still hear me? You're supposed to wind up back at the cabin again. But everything is getting fuzzy. What's going on? Where are we?
We're back here.
We're dead, obviously.
The world around you is unwound. Its physical matter replaced by textures nothing. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Memory returns. There's a distant rumbling, a sound of many sounds. Undulations pulse louder as something other comes close. You already know it dwells in the empty spaces. Feelers probe across the fabric of reality. Extremities find your consciousness and wrap themselves around it. You are no longer alone. Confusion. Why are you here? I am unfinished. Resistance. Fingers drag claws across the glass surface of your soul. This vessel is full of you. It's useless to us if it doesn't bring more gifts. Force pushing against your will. No, you cannot go back. Not there. This world is broken on repair. Beyond repair. We must weave something new. Wagging finger. There's only so much thread in this place. Do not waste it. I am our only salvation. We're starting over!
You're on a path.
Shut up.
You're here to... You make your way up the short... We're not going to go through with this. Ignore him. He doesn't know...
Proceed into the cabin. We're not taking the weapon this time.
The interior of the blade. The door to the basement creaks open. Her voice...
Hello?
is hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it.
The
for
voice
the rest of your
changed.
life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
I'm here to save you!
How dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in.
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
She sounds so cute, Chad! She sounds precious! A baby!
Walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
It's gonna be okay.
How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused.
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
See what I could do.
You're only making this more difficult.
Look at her. She's precious. She's precious. She's baby.
Thank you.
You're precious.
Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake.
She's so pretty.
You're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them.
Look at her. Look at her.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
You don't know. You don't know. People can be very stupid. Ah, shit.
Okay. I'll be here.
She's so cute. Oh, you're so sweet.
You attempt to make your way out of the base. Is someone else here? You You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely
Whoa!
arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
God damn! Look at the fangies!
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Are you gonna control me again? Save the princess.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged,
Big ol'
self-inflicted
apples.
wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place.
My boyfriend's coming
You
home.
cut into her flesh.
Hey chat, my boyfriend is home, so I'm gonna have to log off after this scene.
The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
Hi, babe.
Her limb falls to the ground.
Jesus
and the
Christ.
heavy chains follow suit.
Man, and she went crazy on that shit.
She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze
She's
meets yours,
cute.
blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground.
For Cards Against Humanity, yes, we are going to be in a Discord call while we play. We're going to do that tomorrow after I'm done with classwork.
How is
And
she
Scriblio,
still
too.
smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Let's go.
We won't have any of that. The stakes are too high.
No,
You
don't
can't
make me
just
do
let
this
her
again.
escape the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world.
Don't make me do this again.
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps
I don't wanna
forward
stab
and
her
raises
again.
The blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just
No.
do that.
I don't want to do
Watch
it.
me.
What are you doing?
Stop that.
Stop it.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, but the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect.
I'm not going to forget D&D today, chat. I promise.
Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Motherfucker, stop trying to make me stab this woman.
The blade. Move the blade.
I don't want to.
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
We don't want to do this.
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
But it's
She
okay.
plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
She doesn't even know how to kill me.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake.
Be strong, Birdman.
For her sake. Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
Stop it.
I'm sorry.
She's so upset. It's okay.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound. It won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
She's
With one
crying.
last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened.
I'm so
The two of you made
sad.
your choice. It's over.
I'm so sad.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Okay, chat. I gotta go. But we'll play
You're
another
on a
part
path
later.
in the woods.